capital of Bern, which tonight is hosting the first stop on the UIAA Ice Climbing European Cup. And let me tell you, we've got 2 hours of incredible action to look forward to. Very shortly, we're going to kick off with the women's finals, and then the men's finals will follow after that. And it's going to be some, I've been watching all afternoon in the qualifiers, and there are some familiar names, and there are some new names to look forward to as well. So wherever you are in the world, welcome, willkommen, bienvenue. Probably got just enough time to go and grab yourself a beer or a coffee, depending on where you are in the world, and then we'll be back very shortly. My name's Tarquin Cooper, and I will be commentating throughout the evening. So don't go away, we'll be kicking off very shortly. Great, so the action is going to kick off very shortly. I'm here in the commentator's box with a very honourable guest. It is Kevin Lindlaw. So welcome, Kevin.
Well, thanks for having me.
First question is, how come you guys are here?
So we're just trying to get some early season training in. Currently in North America, we've had a few comps, but there's not much leading up to the World Cup. So this is just a great way to get some practice in before some of the larger comps get going for the year.
And how have you got on today?
It was all right. The route setting was great, so nice and technical. Unfortunately, I had a pop halfway up one of my qualifier routes, so that puts me here. But nonetheless, it was great practice and super fun climbing.
And what can you tell us about the style of the features, the style of the route? It's not the longest route. I mean, it's only about 14 meters, but maybe some of the features are quite interesting. It seems there's quite a lot of stone.
Yeah, so especially here with being the shorter routes, they tend to make them much more technical. Stone holds are a great way of doing so. Most of these stone holds have no texture to them, so they're very body tension intensive, making it so you have to keep perfect body position on all of the holds to make sure you stay on and don't slip off.
So there aren't nice kind of little notches on every hold?
Sadly, no.
and if there are, maybe you probably don't know where they are.
Exactly. You spend some time hunting there, which really drains a lot of your energy. So it's very, intensive as far as using body energy, as well as trying to move quickly to get to the top in your time limit for climbing.
But for your feet, it's all plywood, so that's pretty straightforward?
Yeah, for the most part. It does make it difficult sometimes, especially when you don't know where the good spot on the hold is, trying to figure out where your feet should be to keep the proper body position. Just practice over time kind of helps with that, but it is difficult on site, especially like most of our finalists will have to do tonight.
So who have you seen any interesting athletes this evening, either the women or the men, who's really caught your eye and you think could do well tonight?
Oh, yeah, there's definitely a ton. Coralie from France and Marion Thomas, they always do great. Marianne from the Netherlands, another great contender for the women, so we'll see them getting started shortly. The Ladevant brothers climbing today, and yeah, there's just tons of amazing climbers out here that are going to be getting going.
So I think we've just completed the observation round. When you get 5-6 minutes to observe the route, what are you kind of looking for?
Really looking just for more technical spots that you have to worry about later on, and trying to find the correct hold sequences for your hands as you're going up. That really can be a drain on your time. You have a short period of time to climb these routes, and especially when it's technical holds, it's very important that you know your hand positions before getting going. Otherwise, you can waste precious seconds trying to figure it out while you're up on the wall.
I mean, you get some athletes who are down there with the binoculars on and a notepad and pen. Are you one of those kind of guys?
Personally, no. I have a hard time remembering it, so I tried to remember the first third of the route or so and then see where it goes from there. But for most people, it is really helpful using binoculars, seeing what the correct spot of the hold would be to grab. Then for those who are going later on in the finals, it's more helpful to write a note down or draw the route so you can go over it in your head over and over in isolation before climbing. So you know the proper sequence once you get started right off the start hold, and you can just execute from the ground up.
How much hard, how hard is it sitting in isolation zone? That must be quite trying on the mind. You're playing tricks. You're not allowed a phone.
Yeah, it's hard, especially sometimes you can hear the crowd outside.
We can see. We've got so Cora Fogel is first to take off. Well, we'll see. Fogel actually means bird, so maybe she will take off. We saw her earlier today in the qualifiers, and she is a very strong athlete. Only 20 years old, so she's come up through the youth championships and making already easy work of the first move. A little bit of a stein there. How important is it to get the start right? I guess that sort of sets your mind for the rest of the route.
It really does, so it can be a mental battle, and especially at the start, having a nice smooth transition from the get-go off can really help with your tempo and keep you going. Sometimes you'll see climbers who start off too quickly and their pace will slow, and it's really difficult to get it going again. So trying to build slowly into it seems to be a really positive way of starting a route, and she seems to be doing that right now.
So Cora was here last year and came 8th, so she will be looking to do a little bit better than that this time around. But she's already done so well to actually just get to the finals. That's always not a guarantee.
Yeah, she climbed great today. It was awesome seeing her moving very smoothly over the wall and through all the holds very precisely. So yeah, excited to see what she does here at the finals.
And a fantastic atmosphere here. There must be hundreds of fans and other climbers with this amazing venue called O Block, which is the main dry tooling venue and climbing center in Bern. So Switzerland's capital. It's one of those pub quiz questions always comes up, what's the capital of Switzerland? It's actually a trick question because you're thinking, oh, it's Geneva or it's Zurich, or it's actually not, it's Bern, which is actually the 4th or 5th largest city.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool spot for sure.
So here we go, Cora's looking good. She's got clip 7. Just reaches up with a long reach there with the left hand. So important to have good footwork kicking in and get that tension.
Yeah, she's moving really well so far on these earlier moves in the route. Soon it's going to start getting a little bit more overhung, and on these technical stone holds, it's definitely going to be more precision required, but she's moving great so far.
So these stone holds, there's a little bit of a local story to them. Some of them come from Kandersteg. They're the limestone ones, and there are also some granite ones. I think that's a granite one that Cora is on there. Very long reach. She's got it with the second attempt.
Awesome, yeah, big move there. She killed it.
You can see from her breath, it is pretty chilly here this evening. A little bit fresh.
Yeah, temperatures are dropping. It's definitely a nice temperature to climb in, though, especially, yeah.
So she's going into the Fig 4 there. Now, explain to people who are new to the sport, what is it, why do you do the Fig 4? Is it just about getting a better stability, or is it helping with the reach?
So figure 4, when it's on a flat wall like this, is really beneficial, especially when it's on a technical hold, because with your pick, there's different angles and different positions on an ice tool. When you figure 4 on second position, it drops your pick angle down, so you're more secure in the hold. So it makes making large moves on insecure holds much more stable and less likely to pop.
So Cora's doing great, but we're down to the last minute. She's only got a minute left, swinging out onto that barrel. So she will be aware of the clock now ticking, 60 seconds.
Yeah, she's in a difficult position here. You can see the plywood ends on the left, and there's a yellow wall. She's not allowed to kick into this area, so it makes body positioning very difficult trying to make a large move up from here to the next stone hold.
Do you want to keep your feet on the plywood or maybe go into another fig four here?
That's a tough decision. It's kind of climber's preference here, but it seems that a figure four would be the next best move to get up there. However, if she can get her feet nice and far right, it seems like she might be able to pull her body over, but we'll have to wait and see what she does.
Well, whatever she does, she can't hang around. She's got 30 seconds left. And if she's to stand any chance of topping out, she's got to get a move on. She's going for a quick shake there. By now, you're going to be feeling the pain, feeling a little bit of the muscles screaming and shaking out the arms. But she's looking for still very strong.
Yeah, great lock off. Held it nice and stable.
There's no shaking. And that is the clock. So fantastic effort there from the 20-year-old Swiss girl. She looks pretty wasted, but pleased. So next up we have Annabel Bouche from France. So she, in the qualifiers, she topped on one route, and but only on one route, one of the two. So we'll see. We'll have to see what she is capable of. The French team have come out here in force. Have you seen all the French guys?
Yeah.
The youth guys have brought. They're actually the only team to have brought their coach with them, which is interesting. They seem to be taking the sport very seriously. Annabel herself is only 17 years old. So she did very well in Oulu in Finland last year. So we shall see what she's up to. There's Cora. Hopefully we'll get a chance to speak to Cora. We're hoping that someone will send over the athletes and hear how it went. So it'd be great if someone gives her a wave and sends her our way.
Yeah.
So what are you doing next? So this is the first stop on the tour, and so next weekend is Czech Republic. Are you going to be there as well, Kevin?
Yeah, so a few of the U.S. climbing members will be traveling over there, and that'll be our last comp before the World Cup competition. So trying to get the most out of our practice before getting going. So
a bit of a shout out to the U.S. team. Who is here?
Oh, so we have a new member, Dan. We have Joe and Andrew, so 3 of our new members. They've been training really hard and excited to get going, yeah, this season.
So look, we're kicking off now with Annabel. She is lining up at the start and about to kick in. And the clock has started. There are only 4.5 minutes on this route. Here's Cora. So look, let's have a quick chat with Cora. Thank you, Kevin, so much. We'll see you again soon. So, just while Annabel makes the first few moves, it's great to talk to Cora. Welcome. How was it? How was it for you? Did you feel?
It was really cool. Yeah, and I enjoyed the moves. They were good. Yes.
And the clock, was it quite tough? Because you seemed like you were going strong, but you just ran out of time.
Yes, I think I should have moved faster.
A little bit of a slip there from Annabel.
Oh yeah.
She's a strong climber, isn't she? You've seen her today. What's
yes.
your perspective on Annabel?
I think she's quite a young climber because I haven't seen her the last season. But she's really strong, and I find it cool that new young ones come up.
That's great, yeah, because you're still young yourself, only 20 years old, aren't you?
Yes, exactly.
Well, so are you happy you're going to be in Czech Republic again next weekend?
Exactly, yes.
Yes. So you're feeling happy with that?
Yes, I'm really looking forward.
Good. Well, thank you. Let's go back to the action now. So thank you very much. Come and talk to us later.
Thank
We'd love
you.
to hear more. So well done.
Thank you.
So. So Annabel Bouche, she's just popped there at clip number 7. she will be disappointed, but also she's so young, she's only 17, so there's still, this is a start of a very promising career. She's got a lot of potential, and that's a great thing about the European Cup. Actually here in Bern, there are a lot of veterans of the World Tour here, so it's quite an intimidating place to be. So it's great to see some young climbers coming through, and she'll definitely be back for more. So hopefully we'll get a chance to speak to Annabel. So wherever you are in the world, we'd love to hear from you, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, whether you're in Asia, Europe, or the Americas. Tell us where you are and who you're supporting. Maybe you're a climber yourself. So next up, we have Viviane Napa from Switzerland. So she's just warming up. She would have been visualizing the route. So Viviane is also only 20 years old. She's going to be 21 next month. And she's got a spare 5 minutes. Go and Google her on Ninja Warrior. She's once took part in an episode of that, which makes for entertaining. But I can tell you that she makes a better ice climber. Very strong, looking very strong earlier. She topped on one of her qualifiers earlier today. So you also have to admire her style. Just look at the pink tape on her tools and those red boots. And her climbing style is looking very strong. Nice side pull there. And looking very steady with her feet. Amazing long reach there to get that hold. Has she got it? Kicks up. And she's got the 7th clip. So she's holding attention there and reaching out, making very fast work of this. She's really attacking this route. With 4.5 minutes to do this route, it is not long at all. It's not a speed event, but the clock is ticking. She goes up into the 4. Now for those of you who are new to the sport, the figure 4 just helps with the stability. Now she goes for that undercling, that undercut then, uses a stein. It's very stable and it allows her to stand up high, but it is pretty strenuous on the arms. Tool in the mouth as she clips number 8. First time. Now with each attempt, your energy diminishes. She's got it with the second go, and the crowd are cheering her on. She is looking very strong there. Just a mono points into the plywood. Reaches up to get that stone. As I was saying to Kevin was explaining earlier, these holds aren't, many of them do have a little pre-drilled divot to put the pick of your tool, but a lot of them don't. So you've got to get your body position absolutely right. That's not the case here. As she moves onto the barrel, those little green circles are pre-drilled, so you just got to hook your tool in. Now, when I was speaking to one of the route setters earlier, he let on a little secret that it'll probably be easier to keep your feet on the main wall and not swing out. And that's exactly what Viviane is doing, showing great technique. She reaches up for that stone. Tool in the mouth. Is she going to make the 9th clip? Excuse me, the 10th clip. She's got it. Little shake out of the right hand, but she's still got another 2 clips to go. with a minute to play with. And this is, of course, where the route gets steeply overhanging. So she gets the stein with her right hand, the tool in the mouth, matches it with the left. Reaches up. Can she get it? Does it stick? Yes, it does. Into the 4. Oh, look who we've got. We have got Annabel. Come over here. Come to my right. You still have your helmet on. So look, just hang on a second, because we're just going to watch. We've just got 40 seconds left of Viviane. And let's just see how she does. Is that a hard hold? Is that one of the metal ones? It is.
It's like a little bit of metal, and you have really to catch it in time.
Oh, listen to the crowd giving her some love. If you're on Facebook, give some comments. Bit of encouragement. 5 seconds. Can she make the clip? It's going to be close. We will have to wait and see what the judges say. It was right on the clock. And she's off. So Annabel, anyway, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
How was it? How do you feel?
It was a bit rough for me because my glove stayed stuck in the quick draw. And after that I had some hard time to recover and to get into my climbing back, so it didn't work out, but anyway.
How much of a pressure is the clock? Because it is only 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, well, you know that you have to climb fast, but sometimes you have hard moves and you don't know if you will have to take time to do the moves or like speed on and take the risk to fall, so.
Going for those long reaches, I mean, to those people who can't see, you're not the tallest. How tall are you?
I'm 156.
156, so is it hard for you to make the span there, or do you have to compensate with your legs?
Actually, we have a lot of not being very tall, but during the climbing. I also have a short ice axis, but I don't think that's really a problem. You just have to push harder and yeah.
So do you want to stay on while we have Marianne van der Steen come on?
Okay.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to get your perspective.
Yeah, well, I don't have much perspective higher than a certain point, but...
Oh, I'm sure you do. So Marianne is an absolute legend from the Netherlands, but she did let on last night that she's only been able to train for 3 weeks. So let's see how she gets on. She looked strong during the qualifiers, and she's here with her husband, Dennis. So she's kicking in, and she's off. The clock has started, 4.5 minutes. What's going through your mind at the start? Are you even thinking about anything, or is it just about make those first few moves?
Yeah, I think really to reach the next one, and trying to go as fast as possible and as high as possible.
So Marianne is looking very steady. Goes for that stein with the left hand. How did you find the style of this route? Is it what you're used to?
I would say that I did recognize that style on other competitions, even if I did just a few. But yeah, I really enjoy it because we don't used to those holds.
Because there aren't so many sort of intellect holds, you know,
yeah.
those type of holds where you have like a little pre-drilled divot in them.
Yeah.
It's more, it seems to be more stone.
Yeah, usually we have these Russian holds with the little metal plaques.
Yes.
Here we don't have them, but instead we have other metal holds, so it's interesting too.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Annabel. Well done, and we'll see you again very soon, we hope.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're just joined by Viviane.
Hey guys.
Hey, so look, let's see how, check in with Marianne. So well done. How did you, the clock just ran out, didn't it, for you?
Yeah, I thought it would be the clock because it's a really long route and you have to go so fast to top it.
Yeah.
But I'm super happy with my climb, and so the result doesn't matter.
So what will be going through Marianne's mind right now? Are you thinking about the clock at this stage?
You're not really thinking about the clock, but you think sometimes it feels insecure and you think I just have to go, go, go. Even if it don't feel good, just go. And I think right now she's thinking, oh God, will this
hold?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks super unsteady.
Yeah. But she knows she has to go.
You just got to make the move, haven't you?
Yes.
But how difficult is it to get the precision just right? Because you've got to get the tool in exactly the right place, haven't you?
When the holds are good, it's not so probably, but you see there at clip 11, the green one, there are just so small holes.
Yeah.
And when you're stressed, it's super hard to find the right one.
Well, Marianne has 1 minute and 50 left to get there, but she makes the 9th clip.
Yes. So she looks strong.
She does look strong, and she's one of the more experienced athletes in the women's lineup. She's been around for about 10 years, competing.
Oh, she skipped it, I think. Or maybe not. Now she goes to the barrel.
She's off to the barrel there. Into the 4.
Wow.
So that's new. Oh, a little bit of a slip there.
You have to be careful with the red lines there, that you don't stand on it or something.
Interesting, she's going a different way. You stuck to the plywood. You stuck to the main wall.
Yes. But it looks that it works out really good. Again, 1 minute.
So has she just climbed? She's just made the 10th clip. Now here comes the hard part, isn't it?
Yes.
So this must be pretty brutal on your forearms now. You're starting to get a bit pumped.
Yeah, I mean, you're already pumped from the other moves.
Yeah, you get an idea now of just how small the holds are.
Yes.
The pick is on almost nothing.
You have to go
and that
high.
undercling and put everything onto it. Long reach there.
Wow.
That's incredible. Into the 4. Can she make the 11? 15 seconds left. It's going to be tough. She's going to have to pull every sinew in her body, and she's just come to the worst hold. But it looks like she's got it.
Oh, a little bit of struggle there.
A little bit of a struggle. Can she do it? It's all over for Marianne van der Steen. The time is over.
Wow. I hope Sina will top it. She's a super fast climber.
I don't think she's aware. So an interesting question, you know, when you're really pumped, you're out of breath. With every sport that you do, it's so important to get your breathing under control, to try and slow your heart rate. How hard is it to do that when you have a tool in your mouth? Does that make much of an impact? Is it quite awkward?
I think you get used to it. Because we do it during training, we do it during the competitions, you really get used to it. But at the beginning it's super hard to breathe well.
And is the weight? I mean, this sounds probably a stupid question, but you know, your teeth, it's like 500, 600 grams, a nice tool. Do you have to get it in the right place?
Yes, because if not, I'm pretty sure it will fall off. And I had a lot of times when I had to replace it, that it don't fall off. So
you have a very nice pink tape.
Yes.
I noticed. So yeah, that looks very stylish.
Yeah, it's because it's like a sport where you need a lot of force, and it's more for men's. So I thought I have to do it a little bit more like woman. So I used the pink shoes and the pink tape.
But the pink clashes with your boots, which are red.
No, it's pink.
So, next up, from France, we have Coralie Javi. And she is 34 years old. And she will be looking to put in an incredible effort because, and I hope I'm not betraying a confidence here, but this will be her last season competing on the UIAA Ice Climbing World Tour. And she's been an amazing athlete. She's been around for, what, 5, 6 years, I think. 2015, primary school teacher from France. And I think she's going to show the rest of us a lesson tonight. What do you think? Strong athlete?
She's really strong, and I hope she will enjoy her last season as much as possible. And I hope she will success.
So here she goes. The clock is ticking. Goes for that side pull.
You have to be so concentrated.
How do you get there to make those side pulls work? I guess you've got to have them weighted so much, haven't you?
Yes, you have to look at your feet, that you stand in the right position, that you can't pop off of the holes.
And what's it like doing it at night with the light? Did that affect you?
Not really. You don't recognize it, but it's so much fun to climb in this crowd here. It's so cool. I love it.
There's definitely an amazing atmosphere, good vibes.
Yes.
Could you hear everyone shouting when you were on the roof?
Yes, I could.
There were definitely a lot of cheers. Oh, just got a tool snag there. And you know, there's only a small mistake, but you don't want to be making any mistakes. They can all be costly.
If you have so
now this looks
time.
like a really solid Stein if you can get it. Once you've got it, you can really just kick up with your legs.
And go for it.
Go for it. But it's quite, she just gets the 8 there. It's quite strenuous though, isn't it? Is it quite hard on the arms?
Yes.
When you're
so I needed 2 attempts because at the first I couldn't make it, and I think you do it dynamic or static, but I'm more the dynamic tube, so she did it static. It works as well. You have to find your own way in every move.
So she matches with the left there. Now I think she's going to have to speed up if she's going to stand any chance of reaching the top. Oh, look who we've got here. Marianne. Thank you so much, Viviane. So we've got Marianne who's just joined me in the studio. So Marianne, just get your breath back, put on a warm jacket if you have one. We've got 2 minutes left of Coralie Shari. So let's just watch her. She steps out onto that barrel.
And she's going pretty solid right now already.
What were you doing? You were trying to do figure 4s up that.
It's such a big mistake. I completely forgot about this wood log. I totally forgot about it. I was seeing it, but I wasn't realizing that I had to go there. So I had in my mind that I had to go straight on from the side pole, straight onto the next rock hold, instead of onto the wooden log where she's in now. I just forgot.
You had a mind blank.
So I spent so much time over there. So yeah, she's probably faster than me.
Well, let's see. She's only got 1:15 left, and she's just at the bottom of the roof. How difficult is this part of the route?
Well, because of the holds are real rock, so it's kind of hard to read. It's a pure onside for everyone who's climbing it. You can see it kind of from the bottom and guess, but you're never 100% sure if the hold is really what you actually read. And even if you've got binoculars, you cannot really see what the hold is going to be like. And that's exactly what she's experiencing right now. She's actually looking at the hold a few times like, is it really there? Is it really there? Can I really touch it? And then deciding like, okay, I should
going for it. She's just going for it on that little undercut. And you know, the clock is ticking. There are only 30 seconds left. And she's just got to go all out, no rests, and just trust that her placements are good.
Right.
Can she make number 11? She's got 11.
She's got 11. Now she's got to move on. And she's got quite some audience who are screaming for her. So that
now
she
it's this hold that's really horrible, isn't it? It's this metal hold. They've got names like Lethal Weapon.
Oh yeah, they've got great names.
into the 4, last few seconds. 1 second, and that's it. The clock stops.
Oh wow!
I don't think she's got that 12 clip.
No, I think she just doesn't have it.
And it seemed like you didn't hear the clock stop.
No, I didn't.
Because I look at the smiles there. She's happy, but she's looking pretty pumped.
Yeah, she is. But well, you have to be pumped. If you're not pumped when you're up there, then you didn't give it all the way, right?
Now, yesterday you let on that you've only done 3 weeks of training, so you're not feeling in 100%. How do you feel having performed today? What's the barometer on your fitness, would you say?
Well, the thing with the fitness is once you're competing, you actually are only getting it back. Because that's the actual thing that you have to try and have to train. So the thing what we do tomorrow again is train on the wall again and have the continuation on that. So saying my fitness, it's not too bad, but I just know that it can be a lot better. Yeah. So
we're going to see you again on the European Cup?
No, I'm doubting. I just like the outdoor climbing so much as well, so I'm doubting between going outdoors and going through Switzerland and do a lot of outdoor climbs instead of competitions. Yeah, so we'll see. I still have to discuss this week together with Dennis.
Always a tough call. Well, thank you so much. Well done, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, next up, we have Marion Thomas from France. And she's off. The clock has started. 4.5 minutes now. Now, if any of the previous athletes are to go by, she needs to move fast. But remember, all the athletes are in isolation zone, so she won't know what speed to go at. She won't have seen any of the others. They're not even allowed mobile phones, just in case they tempted to peek. But she's moving quickly, she's moving fast. She means business, and looking very strong. Lots of cheers and shouts here for the French girl. This is just her 4th year competing in the Ice Climbing World Tour. And just joined by, do you want to come and join me? I'm joined by a British athlete called Neil. I forget your second name, Neil, sorry. Blake, Neil Blake. So Neil, how's she doing?
She's doing really well, I think. Super quick. I think you just get 4.5 minutes, so it's
not
long for a long route. So yeah,
she's
really
looking very strong. Get the clip number 9. Moving very fast indeed.
Yeah, looking really quick. I was wondering if they might try and miss out the barrel and go straight for the next hold. To that
it
one.
Almost could be possible. Marion wasted so much time trying to just sort of do a figure of 4 on that and mount it before actually going back onto the main wall. Yeah, and just going straight up there.
Yeah, I think we might see some people trying to miss that out and just go direct.
She just clipped the rope there. Stood on the rope, rather. Anyway, she's gone for that. Yeah. She's on the undercling, and it looks a pretty evil undercling, that, not the full Stein, so looks super unsteady. Yes. Matches it with the left. You can hear all the French cheering her on. Wow, look at that! This is a little bit dangerous. She rescues it in the figure 4, stabilizes her position. Could she get the 11?
That's so strenuous. With really long reach as well to the next hold. And you have to be super precise on it. Those holds are tiny.
They've got a little hole. It's a shiny kind of metal, isn't it? And just a tiny little divot, and you've got to get it.
Yeah. If you don't get it in the right place, you're off.
And you can't hang around.
No, not at all. Because time's running out and you're getting tired. You just got to.
She's got it.
Got it. Nice
She's got
work.
it.
Yes, moving really quick now.
She is looking very impressive. She's still got 1.5 minutes.
Oh wow, she could top this.
She could top this. Will she be the first one to top onto that hanging barrel? She's got to make that right hand move. She got it. She's got it. She's got it. Just got to get her legs over into the fig 9. Release with the left. The crowd here are going wild as she switches to the fig 4, back to the fig 9, shakes out that left hand, and still with 50 seconds to play with. France's Marion Thomas is looking good.
That's so strenuous, dropping down off the barrel as well, just to make it even harder. You've got to climb down and back up again. That's so strenuous.
30 seconds. Still a long way to go.
Come on, Marianne.
Tired and pumped arms. Very solid side pull there. Shakes out with the left hand. Gets the next move. Can she do it? 7 seconds.
Come on.
5. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. That's too sad. She hasn't got it. She hasn't got it.
That's going to put her in first position.
But it is going to put her in first position, so she will be happy with that. A little
amazing
wave to the crowd. She's got to be happy with that, don't you think?
Definitely, that was incredible. Yeah, really, really good. Be difficult to beat, I think.
Well, there are only 2 more athletes, and you say difficult to beat, but we have 2 of the best climbers out there following. We've got Lara von Elman and Sina Gertz, of course.
Of course, yes.
But let's see, Marion was second all last season to Sina Gertz. Sina had the better of her in all the last season on the European Cup. So let's see. You never know. The tables could be turned.
Maybe
it could be Marion who's on fire this season.
Yeah, maybe it's Marion's year.
Let's see. We've still got Lara to go. So Neil, you what happened with you? How have you found the course? Was it the route? Sorry, was it quite challenging?
Yeah, route 1 was quite strenuous, steep, lots of side pulls and stuff like that, and then undercuts and things, underclips. Route 2 more techie at the start, so make sure you get the holes in the right position. If not quite right, the axe will pop off really easily, so you've got to be quite precise and also conscious of the time as well. You get it 4 minutes a route, or 4.5 for one of them. It's not long really.
So, Lara von Elman. Thank you. Thanks for joining us, Neil.
Thanks,
We'll see you again.
Nice.
So Lara von Elman from Switzerland, 30 years old, one of the older athletes here. Can experience trump youth? That is the question. So if you look closely, that is one of those really horrible holds that a lot of the climbers have been complaining about. Shiny metal, and you've just got to get your pick in exactly the right place. A little bit of a slip there, but well recovered. So she's in that stein with the left hand. For those of you who are new to the sport, the stein is where you hold the tool in an inverse position, and you go in an undercut, and it's very, very secure if strenuous. So Lara is looking strong as she makes that slightly awkward hold out on the left. You've got to be very careful with your moves. Very stable. Some athletes have a sort of more of a static style. Others are more bold and going for it. Great precision there from the Swiss athlete. She's got a very good hold there with her right hand. Gets that. Sometimes you just got to find and kind of shop around looking for where your tool. She has a look, double checks. Double checking is a luxury she won't have further up. And she's got number 9. So the scoring is all about how far you get. You are judged on the quick draw you reach, which number you reach. Then it's the hold number you reach, and then there's a potential little decimal point depending on where you are in the move. It's 2 if you get the hold, 1 if you're going for it, and 0 if you get neither. So she makes clip number 10, so her score will be 10, and then whichever hold she is on. And this is where it gets a little bit interesting. You've got to pull out all the reserves now and be very firm with your feet. Kick in hard to this plywood. Reaches over. Looking strong. But she's not as fast. I don't think she's as fast as Marion Thomas. And then it's another of these little metal holds, and she makes easy work of it. She goes into the fig 4, reaches over with her right hand to get that bit of stone, traverses out underneath. And the tension here is palpable. The clock is ticking. She's rests with the arms, but there isn't much time to rest. She can't hang around. She's really got to just go for it now. And she made that look a lot easier to reach over. Swings off. This isn't climbing, this is aerial acrobatics. Shakes out the right hand, but there isn't time. There are only 45 seconds, and if she's to stand any hope of beating Marion Thomas's effort, she's got to move quickly. This is so awkward. With down climbing, but she does it. Just got to unhook her right hand, and she does that. Holds the position. Looking strong, but there just isn't the time. 15 seconds. She's just got to go all out now. That's her only hope. On tired arms, she's already pumped, shakes out the right hand. She's out of time. It is all over for the 30-year-old from Switzerland, Lara von Elman. Big cheers. She is looking pretty worked. There's no arm in the air. She's just looking wasted. Is there going to be a smile? Are we going to see a smile from Lara? Maybe in a few minutes when we catch up with her. As she undoes her figure of 8. It's all down now to the Swiss wunderkid, Sina Gertz. So Sina was last year's winner on the European Cup, and will be looking to repeat that reign of glory again this year on the very first stop of the UIAA Ice Climbing European Cup. And we've got some exciting events this year. We're in Bern today. Next weekend we go to Brno in the Czech Republic, and then Slovakia the weekend after to Žilina, and then we finish up in Finland at the end of February in Oulu, which will be a fantastic finale to the European Cup. So here is Sina, still just 20 years old. 20 years old, but she's been climbing for 10 years. She's come up through the youth championships and mostly climbs with her twin brother Lucas, who is also a youth champion. So here she goes. And look, we're joined now by Coralie Javi.
Hey.
So welcome, Coralie.
Thank you.
So quickly, how was it for you? Were you happy with your performance?
I'm not very happy because I wanted to climb until the top, but it was long. The route is beautiful and just I need to train more, and it's hard to work a lot and to train to do both. But yeah, it's a nice route.
But you know, you've only got 4.5 minutes, so
it's
there's
short.
It's short, isn't it?
Oh my God, it's very short, but it's a good training.
So how is Sina doing now? She's moved very quickly over those opening moves, which is what you want to do at this stage, isn't it?
She's very strong. Last year she did an amazing season, and I think she can go until the top. Of course, she climbs very quickly, very fast.
She has a nice style.
She knows the holds, and I think she can be first, of course.
She's a local. She grew up in these mountains, so she's been climbing since she could walk.
She doesn't train a lot here because it's far from her place, but she trains in Liechtenstein. Yeah.
So what's better here? Keep your feet on the wall or move out onto that barrel? It seems to be like almost sending you the wrong way, that barrel. So she's got number 10. And this is where the route gets a bit interesting, huh?
Yeah, she has 2.5 minutes. Yeah,
very long reach there. And she's got it. And she goes straight for the clip. Gets number 11.
Figure 4 to take the next one. It's a short one. It's not very easy to take the metallic one. Okay.
But she's scored the precision hit. The precision is so important, isn't it?
Of course, it's very technical, yeah.
Oh, she's moving so well.
No mistakes, yes.
No mistakes. Gets that number 12.
Perfect.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Still a long way because you go from this barrel and then you've got to climb down from it.
She's a very strong rock climber, so she climbed a lot this summer, and I think it helped a lot for the dry terrain.
Well, she's looking very strong. Has a little bit of a shakeout with the right hand. No matter how much training you do, you're going to be pumped. Does it help a little shake out of the arm, even just a quick shake, just to get the blood flowing again?
Yeah. We have 22 holds. It's not a very long route in Korea in World Cup. We have more than 30 holds. So we train with 50 holds. So
more endurance.
Yeah, to have endurance.
So she's got a minute. Do you think she can top?
It's not very long for her. She will, of course, she will. If she doesn't do no mistake.
Listen to the crowd now, cheering her on. She's almost there, with still 45 seconds to make one more move. She's got clip number 14.
Yes,
she's doing it.
She's
done it. Sina Gertz, she is happy, looking very happy.
The winner of this first
and she's
European
just got
Cup.
snagged in the netting. And that's she'll be just stuck there now for the next half an hour. That's an unfortunate technical incident. It just tosses her tools down. Oh, that's one solution. Hey, groovy socks.
Nice socks, yeah.
We like them. So, that was the women's finals here in Bern, the first up on the UIAA Ice Climbing European Cup, and Sina Gertz is the winner and still caught in the netting. Hey, she's freed herself. That was probably the hardest move. One final move of the day, and she is looking very happy. We'll stay on to chat to Sina. Hopefully she'll come over, and then we've got the men's coming up. Quickly, Coralie, you've seen the men. Who do you think is looking dangerous and strong this evening?
It's a hard question because they are very strong.
The French, I mean, tell me about the French, because they, you've got a big team, it seems. The French are coming through, starting to look strong.
Of course, French are strong. Nathan, Tristan and Luna did an amazing season last year. Nathan did 2 or 3 podiums in the World Cup, and Luna also. So yeah, maybe my top 3 will be. It's hard. Maybe. Yeah, it's a hard question.
Well, if you're watching on Facebook, tell us who do you think is going to win the men's? We love your comments.
The winner. I would like Nathan maybe, or Nikolai Primerov. Yeah.
Well, Nathan is interesting because he seems to do better at the Worlds than he does at the Euros.
The Swiss team is very strong.
But
also,
Coralie, yes. So anyway, Coralie, thank you so much.
You
I think
so
we have
much.
another guest to talk to this evening. We've got Lara here. So Lara, well done. Are you happy or are you disappointed?
No, I'm really happy with my performance, yes. I wasn't that fast. I mean, Sina is much more efficient with the tools, but I'm really, really happy, yes.
I mean, it's been several minutes since your route, and I can hear in your breath you're still out of breath. So
yes.
It gives some indication for people watching just how tough it is. I mean, walk me through the roof section. It just seems really quite strenuous there, and you've got that really difficult kind of metal hold, that green one.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, the roof is always really powerful with a lot of figure of 9 and figure of 4. So, yeah, if you have a long roof section, then of course you start to breathe really hard, and yeah, it's tiring. But luckily the wall is not really tall as in other places, but I like it.
So did it feel almost like a more kind of speed? Were you aware of just, you can't hang around because...
Yeah, I knew 4.5 minutes are not that long for this route. I mean, we had to climb down again and then up again, so I knew it's gonna be, I knew that I had to be really fast or climb really fast. It's not that technical, it's, fast, a race.
Is it very difficult climbing down?
I think, I mean, you have to train it, you have to get used to it. It's kind of an awkward feeling if you do it for the first time, but yeah, I mean, it's the 4th year that I'm competing now, and I also trained this kind of...
Because you sometimes see athletes like leaving behind, they make the move and then they can't retrieve their ice axe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also you really have to think if you want to hold the tool on the short position or on the long position, so that makes a huge difference as well if you climb down. Yeah. So it's not always about power, but also a lot about thinking how you hold your tools.
So the most important question is, have you had fun today?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's my home gym. I live right here or really close here, and I really know a lot of people, and it's always special to climb in front of the home crowd. And
are we going to see you again on the tour?
Yes.
Which events are you going to go to?
This year I think I will only do Sasfe. So it's only 3 World Cups, unfortunately. But I will only do Sasfe. I'm not going to travel that far this year. Yes. But I'm really excited to start in Sasfe. Yeah. Also a home country or home crowd.
Yeah, SAS will be an amazing atmosphere. It's the end of January.
Yes.
And so that will be a very exciting end to the World Tour.
Yes.
And before then, of course, we've got China, we've got South Korea. So they promise to be exciting. Hi, Marion. So anyway, thank you, Lara. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
I think we're going to have a chat now with Marion Thomas, another French. Hello. Can we switch on the mics or so that we can talk to them? I just grab that. I'll turn this one off. Just hang with us a second. We're just going to try and talk to
long with the time, so we had to be quick and faster as ever. And so
when you started, you looked very fast.
Yeah, actually, at the beginning, I knew I had to be fast if I wanted to win or to make the podium, and I knew I had to top. And 4.5 was quite a short time, so I did my best, and it was almost the top. But I'm really happy.
You look happy. So will you go home pretty pleased with your performance?
Yeah, for sure. I think I did the job today, and in all the routes, I will train again. I think I'm maybe more in shape than last year, but Sina is still so strong, and yeah, it was a very cool event and nice to see all the friends back, and I'm excited for all the World Cups.
So congratulations, and where will we see you next? Which is your next stop that you're going to?
I'm going to Republic Czech next week, second European Cup. After I'm going to go training in Kiev, and after I will go to the World Cup in China, Korea and Switzerland.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to seeing you there, Marion. So well done. Thank you. And
can I just say thank you to my school and Foundation Grenoble BNP, because thanks to them I can go to all the camp, and they are making exams like not at the same time as the others, as I can come to the camp today. So thanks.
Great. We of course should say a big shout out to our own sponsors, Outdoor Research, without whom this event would not be possible. Now I'm just going to try and grab Sina as well. So Sina, congratulations. How was it?
Yeah, it was great. It was a really nice route, like with the barrel on top. It was nice to swing a bit.
Your victory never looked in doubt. You just seemed so confident. But you make it look easy, but was it very challenging? Tell us about where the difficulties were with this route.
Well, I think it's a lot about just confidence, because otherwise you can't climb fast. And yeah, just believing in yourself. But the difficulty was here that in the end it was still the last 2 holes were a bit technical, and I didn't want to rush it and make a mistake on the top, so this was where my doubt was a bit. But
what was the crux for you?
Probably like physically on top on the barrel to hold the figure 4, and mentally it's always the start until you get into things.
Well, fantastic! Congratulations. Where will we see you next? Are you going to be on the World Tour, the European Cup as well?
Yeah, I will do Czechia next weekend and Slovakia as well, and then do all the 3 World Cups. Yeah, that's the plan. We'll see what happens until then, but yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to seeing you at the next stop. So we're going to take a little bit of a break now. We've got the men's final kicking off at 9 o'clock. So don't go away for far, and we'll see you very shortly to watch the men's action, and that promises to be one to watch.